Welcome everyone to Ultimate Gamer Podcast. This is episode 58, and I'm joined with two lovely guest hosts. We have Kira.
Hey guys, I'm Kirra the Hedgehog, and I'm not from Ohio.
Are you sure?
I'm not from fucking Ohio.
Are you sure?
Yes, I don't know why everyone thinks I'm from
How's
Ohio.
your geography classes going?
Dude, I got an A in my high school geography class. I love geography.
So do you know your north from your south?
Yeah.
Do you know your east from your west?
Yeah.
You know how many people don't know their east from their west? I have a friend who
What?
was asking me, how did I know that I must go on Route 4 east? And I said, well, my town is east from your town. He's like, how do you know that? I'm like, we. That's how you know west from east is we.
I'm just saying, I would think that people would think that if I'm going up north to visit friends who live north of me in New Jersey, they wouldn't think I live in Ohio.
That is true because Ohio is west of New Jersey.
Yeah, like I'd be going like
You were going northeast.
east,
That's
basically,
right.
just east.
Jeez. Okay. And then we have Kevin, who is north from me right now.
Hey everyone.
He used to be east from me, but
Yeah.
that was when we lived in the same town. But no, now I'm from the fucking Jersey Shore now. Jeez. I'm
At
much
least
cooler
you're not
than
from
the Shore.
Virginia.
Yeah, damn Virginians. Shit.
I like Virginia.
Yeah, they don't even go to Busch Gardens, and they're from fucking Virginia.
Yeah, I've never been to Busch Gardens, and I lived in Virginia
That's
for
like
10
me
years.
saying I never been to New York City. I live like right next to it.
Well, at least I've been to DC quite a lot.
Okay. So we have a jam-packed show, and I'm full of shit. Well, we have a few things to talk about. One of them being breaking news. EA is delaying Battlefield Hardline until early 2015, and their reasoning for it is to improve stability and feature implementation. How much? Okay, which one of you guys think it was because of the problems that Battlefield 4 faced?
Honestly, I have not played Battlefield 4, so I would not know this,
Well,
but
it was breaking news.
Sure.
Well, it wasn't
I
breaking news.
haven't played a Battlefield game since Battlefield 2.
Alright, I played Battlefield Bad Company 2. I played Battlefield 3. Battlefield 4 I never played, but I played the beta, and that was like, from what I heard, the final release wasn't all that much better than the beta. And the beta was missing textures. You could fall through the floor a lot. You know, it was just a complete buggy mess. But it was very well known that Battlefield 4 was a completely unfinished game. It had far too many problems with it. The PC version would crash all the time, and the console versions just, they didn't really fare that much better either. So I guess they realized to do the community service, they should not release this game until it has been polished and that it's a final release that actually works. Because, shame, fool me once, shame on you, fool me twice, shame on me. And I think that they don't want to fuck up a second time in a row because it will ultimately kill their franchise.
I honestly have never given a shit about Battlefield.
That's
Call of
because
Duty.
you're a Call of Duty fangirl, aren't you?
Fuck Call of Duty.
Jeez. That's supposed to be my line. Fuck Call of Duty since Ghosts, because I think Ghosts
The only,
is shit.
army kind of shooter game I've ever really liked was Medal of Honor.
Medal
I
of
liked
Honor
Medal of
was
Honor Rising Sun back on the
awesome.
GameCube. That's it.
I remember the first Medal of Honor for the PlayStation.
Yeah.
And then once you unlock the cheat codes, you could have reflecting bullets, so you could just shoot against the wall and it reflects and nails enemies. Oh my god, it was so much fun. It felt like GoldenEye for the PlayStation with Medal of Honor.
I always liked Medal of Honor a lot because I think it was Medal of Honor Rising Sun that had the cooperative mode that I really liked. And I've always liked that mode better in Medal of Honor than I ever had playing any Call of Duty game. So I really don't
The last Medal of Honor I played was Medal of Honor for the PlayStation 2. The first one, not the second one. Let me just... it had a very good intro. Let's see, PS2. I forget which one it is. Medal of Honor for the PlayStation 2. You had... What? Bullshit. It wasn't Vanguard, I know that. Let's see. Alright, Medal of Honor, you had Rising Sun. It definitely wasn't that. Frontline, that's the last one I played. So Medal of Honor, Frontline, I remember that one. I loved it. It was really good. I really wish I played the other ones. But
Rising Sun is awesome.
I'll have to try that
That's
one.
really the only one I remember really enjoying a lot.
I gotta find my copy of Medal of Honor Frontline. I have like a ridiculous collection of PS2 games. They're just somewhere. I don't know where they are. I think I had like 80 games for the PS2. So, yeah, I miss those. The good old days when every shooter was based on World War II. I remember like my parents, the one time they walk in on me playing it, and I'm playing the very first stage, which is basically D-Day. So you're going up on France's shoreline, and it's basically a recreation of like one of the scenes of like Saving Private Ryan. And they were just like so horrified by this. They're like, people actually died doing this, and this is a disgrace to the people that died. I'm like, it's not a disgrace. I use it as a learning thing because Medal of Honor was based off of real events. Medal of Honor, in between stages, they would give you like a history lesson. So they would say, okay, Germany invaded this area and did this, and how like Hitler's power like expanded, and it was really informative. I liked it. And then you got to play a little mission where you shoot a bunch of Nazis, and then you learn some more about World War II. If only school was like that.
I do like that concept where you learn a lot about history in games like that, but I will say that I'm actually somewhat impressed by Call of Duty Advanced Warfare. Like, I don't know, I saw the gameplay for that, and honestly, like, when it first came on, I was like, this is something I really don't care about, but as I started watching more of the gameplay, it's actually something that looks kind of cool. But I don't know. It's like, let's slap like a science fiction kind of world and aliens and stuff, and maybe it'll be cool. And it is cool, because I like more of a sci-fi twists on shooters, more than an army in a war setting.
So you'll like Resistance, Fall of Man.
Oh, okay.
Well, the first Resistance was shit. The second one was really good.
Yeah, I mean, I've always liked more of a... That's why I like... Here's my thing. That's why I like Mass Effect so much. I'm normally not really into shooter games at all. But...
Well, then I have the ultimate question for you.
Wow.
Male shepherd or female shepherd?
Female.
There we go.
Dude, speaking of female shepherd, the voice of female Commander Shepard, Jennifer Hale, was at Kineticon, but to get an autograph, you had to pay $20. And honestly, I might just be a cheap person here, but I've never been to a convention where the voice actors charge for an autograph.
Oh, speaking of voice actors. I have a bone to pick with somebody.
Oh, frick.
You thought I would forget.
I guess we should tell that story.
Oh, let's do. Should I tell it from my perspective and then you fill in the details?
Yeah.
Okay.
You go first.
So let me get the exact. I'll bring up the call history. Oh fuck! I'm actually calling someone by accident. No. So let me go to this. This was on July. Hold on a second.
July 19th.
July 19th. Ah, there we go. Yes, it says it came from Texas, and this was on Saturday at 4:45 p.m. Okay, and this call lasted 1 minute and 46 seconds. So I'm sitting on the couch. I just had a job interview. I'm awaiting, some details on if I got the job or not. My phone rings. I look at the beginning, and the area code is the same area code as the people I was currently working with, trying to get my job. So I pick up the phone, and all of a sudden I'm hearing this girl's voice, and not like a typical, professional woman or, what have you. It just sounded like if I got a phone call from a slumber party. That's like kind of, just paint that picture. I'm sitting at my couch watching some movies. It's 4 o'clock in the afternoon. I get a phone call with someone acting very giddy and just sounded with a higher pitch female voice, and I hear girls giggling in the background. So I'm like, what the, she's like, is this John? I'm like, yes. And she's like, oh, yeah, Kira gave me this number. I'm like, what? And she's like, what do you like about Kira? And I mean, and it's like that Valley Girl accent too. She's like, what do you like about Kira? And I'm like, she goes, is that what you like about her? I was like, what? So then I'm like, as I said, I'm still like trying to understand who I'm talking to. How did this girl get my number? And then I'm like, as I said, I'm also hearing people giggling and laughing in the background, which made me believe that Kira gave my phone number to one of her friends at some sort of party or something, and they were just having fun with me. So after a while, like, 'cause she's like, "Oh, this is Ari," and then she goes, "Oh, I think you're really hot." And I'm like, "What the fuck?" So then I said, "Well, like, 'cause my response to this is, I don't know who you are." And then I'm like, I don't know you or anything. I'm like, I really don't appreciate Kira giving my phone number to people. And then I'm like, bye. And then she's like, oh, okay, bye. And then I hang up the phone. Okay. Then I get a text message. I get a text message from Kira, let's say, like, maybe, like, 5-10 minutes later. And, let's see, she writes this, at 4:48 p.m., did someone weird just call you? I wrote, yep, her name was Ari. And you reply with, go ahead, you can explain it.
Basically, the girl that called John was the English voice actor for Ari from the anime School Rumble, and we were at a convention, and she was doing like this lineup thing where she would call your friends as like a character from an anime she's voiced in, and the only thing I knew her from was Ari from School Rumble. And I had another friend that I didn't have the phone number for who really likes School Rumble, and the only other friend I knew that liked School Rumble was John. Like, he likes School Rumble so much, and I like School Rumble, so I was like, this will be hilarious. Well, I let her call you, but I didn't know she was going to say some weird shit. Like, she's talking to you, and I'm like, oh, fuck. I was like turning so red, like standing there in line, because I didn't know what you were saying. I only knew what she was saying. I was like, he's probably flipping out right now. And so like she gives the phone back to me, and she's like, or no, she turns off her phone. She's like, I think he was mad at me. I'm like, well, you said some dumb stuff. And I told her that. And she's like, well, I hope I don't break up any friendships between you and your friend. I was like, well, I'm gonna text him. It was really embarrassing.
I was just, as I said, like, it was one of those things where once you told me who it was, I was like, oh. So I quickly went from, like, I wasn't mad, I was just annoyed. Because as I said, I was going off of, like, again, like, I had no idea what was going on. I get this weird phone call at a weird hour, from somebody I have no idea who it is. She's being flirtatious in a way. She's asking me personal questions about you and asking it of, oh, what do you like about her? I'm like, I don't like her that way, so I don't know what you're talking about. And it was
Well,
just...
and I told her, I was like, just mention that you're Ari from School Rumble. He'll definitely know who he's talking to.
No, well, that, but
she was
didn't...
like, screw that.
Yeah, I know, that was the thing. Like, if she would have said I'm Ari from School Rumble, I would have been like, oh, this is great. But she's like, oh, this is Ari. I was like, Ari? I'm like, who the fuck is Ari?
And like, let's get this straight. She was talking like this
Yes.
the whole time.
Yes.
So To you, it must have been really
It
freaking
was,
great.
as I said, it was just like, I was like, who the fuck? And I'm like thinking, I'm like, is this Hope? I'm like, I know Hope doesn't talk like that. So I was like, what the fuck?
That's why I texted you back so fast. I was like, he's gonna think I'm like weird.
I just thought you gave my number to people for the hell of it. And I was
No.
like, oh, great. You know. So no, but you know what? At the end of it, it's something that we could go back to and laugh at. It was funny. I appreciate that you were thinking of me when you went to this con. Oh yeah, she was even asking about that. She's like, "Oh, you're gonna come to the con?" I'm like, "I kind of can't." She's like, "Why not?" I said, "Well, I live far away." She's like, "How is far away?" I said, "Well, I live in the Jersey Shore." She's like, "Oh my God, that's really far." I'm like, "Oh God."
Oh my god. She's also the voice of Blair the cat from Soul Eater.
Oh shit!
Oh shit!
Yeah.
I
Really?
love Blair the cat.
Awesome.
See, I didn't even know you liked Soul Eater.
I
I should
love
have
Soul
had
Eater.
her
What? She would just start
call you as Blair the
meowing.
cat.
Oh no! If she said pumpkin, 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 like or something like that from the show, I would immediately caught on with that one.
Yes. Oh, see, I just didn't know you liked
Well, yeah, but
Soul
that one's a little
Eater.
bit more unique. If someone's calling me reciting words from Soul Eater, and I mean, like, how many shows had exactly what the cat did? But no, it just sounded like some random girl flirting with me on the phone. That's what it sounded like.
Our viewers are gonna get a kick out of this. They're gonna think it's so funny.
Yeah, no, the people on the show be like, oh, well, yeah. Um,
Okay.
well, thank you for that fun adventure. And no, I'm not mad at you. I just thought it was funny at the end of
My
it.
friends with me at the con were like, "Is he gonna be mad?" I'm like, "No, but he might think I'm like a freak."
No, I don't think you're a freak.
A little crazy, but not.
No, I just think you know how to have fun,
I
and that's
do.
just like honestly, I don't know that many people that are like that. They say that there are people that are assertive or inert, or what they say is like two different type of personalities. One that's very outgoing, and one that's very to the side. And
Um,
Introvert,
uh,
extrovert.
yeah.
yes, I know far too many people don't that aren't outgoing. So something like that, I don't know anyone but you now that would actually pull something like this off. Um,
I am such an extrovert that it hurts.
no, yeah, you are because I was a little nervous, like trying to get the con people to like pose for pictures, and you just run up to them, you're like, I got this. We want a picture
Yeah.
of you.
I'm the weird person at conventions because most people at conventions are really shy and like try to stay away from people because a lot of them are introverts and the only time they ever get out of their house or out and talk to people is at conventions. But I'm just like, "Pfft, I got this, guys."
She's like, give me your camera, I got this.
Because you wanted a picture of Fat Princess and you
Yes.
were like just standing there. I was like, come on now, she's not gonna bite your head off.
No, she's not. But I was a little scared of the priest.
The what?
The guy who's playing the like archangel
Oh,
priest.
okay.
Yeah, that's the one that sucks your life away. Okay, so moving on to our next topic, we're going to talk about a PlayStation 4 exclusive that is coming out in October. It is Drive Club, the game that was delayed. They have announced that the game will run at 30 frames a second.
Well,
Nothing.
why?
Exactly. They're like, oh, well, you got to play it before you criticize it. And they're like, oh, it's not that bad. It's not like the frames drop below 30 and all this. And it's one of those things where Forza 5 runs at 60 frames a second. I'm used to a lot of games that run at 60, especially like on the PC. I play Grid 2, maxed out 60 frames a second, or I'll play Formula One Racer. I like the last one I played, I think was 2011, 2012, and that one I can run maxed out on my rig, and it's running at 60 frames a second, and no hiccups, no frame drops. When you're in a racing game, and you have a frame drop when you're making a turn, your ability to judge the turn and also execute the turn are greatly impacted. And I've noticed this when playing games such as Grand Theft Auto 5, when the frames start dropping and you're trying to swerve in between traffic, you're not able to react quick enough because the frames are dropping to 18 frames a second. So it's one of those things where they originally promised this game to be 1080p, 60 frames a second. They go back to the drawing board, they delay the game, and now they're going to release the game at 30 frames a second, and they're like, well, it allows us to put more detail into it. It's just, I really think they're making a very bad judgment call at that. And if you look at it, they're going to be up against a game called Project Cars, something that I'm really looking forward to. Project Cars is a multi-platform indie title. I believe, wasn't it kickstarted at some point?
I have no idea.
Kevin,
What?
was Project Cars a Kickstarter at some point?
I think it was.
Do you know where you are?
He literally has not been listening to you for the past
I'm sorry.
2.5 minutes.
I'm out of it because I had to walk home today, and so I'm like fucking tired.
Okay, here we go. Project Cars was raised by the community and the developers themselves. So yeah, it's a indie studio called Slightly Mad Studios, and it was independently funded, but it doesn't specify a Kickstarter of some sort. But the thing that's going to be great about Project Cars, and I know this is like, going off topic from the other game, Drive Club.
Oh yeah, I remember this now.
But Project Cars is going to be multi-platform. It's going to be available on the Wii U. It's going to be available on the PlayStation. Okay, they've canceled the PS3 and Xbox 360 version, but it's going to be on Windows, SteamOS, PlayStation 4, Xbox One, and the Wii U version. But the Wii U version is going to be released in 2015. They had to delay it a little bit. But the game looks gorgeous. I mean, it is amazing. I think it's going to be better than Forza 5 or better than Gran Turismo. And I'm really, really, really looking forward to it. And I think this is one of those games that if it takes off, it's going to have better and better, releases in the future. But like basically in the beginning, they're going to have 67 cars and 52 tracks.
Yay, so they're not pulling a Ridge Racer on us.
No, they're not pulling a Ridge Racer, and they're also not pulling a Forza. Because if you think about it, Forza 5 had, I think it was like 300 or so cars. It was far less than Forza 4. But the tracks were so far and few between. And in any campaign race, when you're doing like a regular, exhibition race or whatever, the amount of times that you repeat a track is ridiculous. So, this is kind of, going back to the beginnings. And I think every company is like this. In the beginning, they over-deliver, and it's great for the consumer, but over time, they start being cheaper and cheaper and cheaper and trying to resell you shit over and over. But they're going to have, again, fully licensed cars, so it's not like, it's going to be make-believe cars. But I'm really looking forward to Project Cars, and I'm getting it, of course, on PC.
This is for Drive Club, Evolution Studios hoped to achieve 60 frames per second when developing, but they just settled for 30. But is there like an actual reason why they would just settle
I think,
for 30?
As I said, reminding everyone out there that my rig is 3 times more powerful than the PlayStation 4. The PlayStation 4 is using what would be considered budget PC parts. Just saying it, okay? It's using an APU, which is used mostly in budget computers. But, I am impressed with what they are able to get out of the PlayStation 4, but it's already hit its limits. And when people are like, oh, they're trying to learn the hardware is pretty much equivalent to PC hardware. The architecture is very much the same, so the performance that they're able to get out of the console right now is the very same performance they're going to get out, in the future. It's not like PlayStation 3 where, no one knew how to program for the cell processor. And even to this day, no developer has fully utilized the full capabilities of the cell architecture. It's just far too expensive to develop for. But with an x86 platform, something that's been around for so many years, I mean, it's been well over 20 years now that we've had the x86 platform. And, it's one of those things where they're off-the-shelf parts, more or less. So you would think that these developers who have programmed for PCs before would know a thing or two about the architecture. It's very similar. But what will happen is game engines become new and unique over time. And a game engine is it's the heart and soul of every game out there. And there are new techniques, new technologies that they are able to implement in a game engine that makes it more efficient and also puts less strain on hardware. And that's why you get better graphics. That's why a game that was originally released as a launch title for a PS3 looks like shit compared to a game that was released last year for the console. There's more to it than just the architecture. There's game engines, there's different styles of textures and ways to implement the textures. Blooming effects were brand new when the PlayStation 3 came out. The PlayStation 3 didn't offer blooming effects until later on in its life. So, even for PC hardware, there are things that you can't even imagine what your graphics card will be able to do in the future. And it all comes down to developers. If developers come up with new and creative ways of showing off details, that's really the limiting factor. So, yes, on a technicality standpoint, the PlayStation 4 is being pushed to its limits already, but game developers will develop new engines that will be either more efficient, able to better utilize the architecture, and it's just that those are the kind of things that they learn. And I think that, Project Cars is going to run far better on the PlayStation 4 than Drive Club. I really think it will. It looks gorgeous if you look at the screenshots, by the way. I think it looks better than Forza 5.
Well, Kevin, what do you have to say about that?
About what? Alright, I'm not paying
Next topic!
I knew it.
I'm sorry.
Oh, after that, the cuckoo clock went off, too. But yeah, I'm looking forward to Project Cars. I don't know about you guys, but I am. I like
I'm
racing.
actually looking forward to oh god, what's it called? They showed it at E3. I can't remember if it was Sony's conference or Microsoft's, but it's the car game where you can go all the way across America. It's like this open sandbox game.
You're talking about Forza Horizon or The Crew?
That's what it is.
Oh.
That looks so cool. To me, it does.
I don't know.
Well,
But they showed it at E3 and it was cool. So yeah.
Well, you know what game I'm looking forward to?
What?
Cryamore.
Yes, and that's what we were going to discuss.
Yes.
Kevin and I literally, I think was it yesterday? Yesterday we were talking about Cryamore, and we were talking about how we are disappointed. We think that it's that they took the money and ran, and then all of a sudden we get an email today talking about all the progress that has been made, and that they actually apologized in this update, saying that they will never go another 5 months without an update.
Yeah.
How much did you guys put into that?
$270.
You alone or both
Yeah,
of you?
no, me alone.
Good day. I bet you're gonna get some really cool kick-ass award thing though.
Yes. There's going to be 2 statues, a physical copy of the game, a physical soundtrack autographed, a physical art book autographed. There's supposed to be all these posters. Yeah. That would be the day when someone actually pulls off an Esme cosplay.
That reminds me of what is...
She's a ginger!
Kevin's a ginger.
Oh, that was so funny. We're playing League of Legends, and I have one of my friends he has over 1,000 wins. And I told him, I'm like, oh yeah, they're both ginger. So he starts barking orders in the chat during the match saying, Ginger, top lane. Ginger, go to bottom lane.
Which ginger is he talking about? There's 2 freaking gingers. Pick one.
Playing League with you guys is really fun.
Because I carry the team.
Yeah, John carries the team with Annie every time.
Oh yeah. And then I keep showing off all of my skins that I have.
Yeah, he has freaking skins from 3 years ago, freaking season 1.
Yep, I got Franken Tibbers, I got Prom Queen Annie, I got Reverse Annie, Goth Annie, Panda Annie, which is my favorite. I like pandas. And of course the classic
You like
skin.
sexual harassment,
There
man?
are two skins that I do not have, and one is it's Alice in Wonderland like themed Annie, and Tibbers
Oh,
has bunny ears. And there's another one which is Frost Queen Annie, and then Tibbers is like an abominable snowman, like kind of like bear. So yeah, look them up when you get there. There's Alice in Wonderland Annie.
I want to get like all the Caitlyn skins. I want them to come out with a Christmas Caitlyn skin.
They totally redid her.
She looks awesome.
Yeah, they
Her
totally
main
redid her.
skin, or like
Yeah,
main splash art,
yeah.
she looks so cool.
They have Red Riding Annie. I forgot about that one. Yeah, Annie Lee and Wonderland. So I have two that I don't have yet. I have Prom Queen, Frostfire Annie. I have Franken Tibbers Annie, Reverse Annie, and Panda Annie. So yeah, there are 1, 2, 3 that I don't have.
I don't think I own any skins.
That's because you're not a true player of the game. I just love Reverse Annie because when I drop Tibbers, he's just wearing a giant pink backpack. He's got pink hair. It just looks really funny. So yeah,
Oh,
that's your League of Legends moment.
actually, speaking of leaks, did you guys see the cinematic they put out recently?
No, I have not.
Oh, you gotta check it out.
Yes, it's so
It's
cool.
really good. It's really good.
I'll have to check it out.
Ari is like adorable.
Who's your favorite besides Caitlyn? I know that you like that one, but who's your favorite champ and why?
Sona to play as, definitely Sona.
Yeah, you got the Pentakill Sona.
Yeah, I have the Pentakill Sona skin, which I love a lot, and they redid that one recently too, and it looks super nice. I just like Sona a lot. She's really easy to play, and so sometimes she gets kind of boring to play to me. So sometimes I just don't want to play her because I play her so much I get bored. But I play support because I get really nervous if I have to play ADC because like I'm always afraid if I mess up, people are gonna like yell at me. But like, sorry, I like burped while talking.
Such a big shit.
Like, I'm always afraid if I play ADC and I do something wrong, like the whole team's gonna be mad at me, and that's just too much stress. So I normally just play
Kevin knows
support.
all about that stress. Everyone's like, fucking Teemo.
I love playing Teemo so much.
He's my little bastard, I call him.
Oh, he is. Oh, you have
He
no
really is.
idea that, I've played far too many rounds with my friends, and my friends, they got the game the month it came out. You know, so they have all the champions. They have God knows how many skins. They've both claimed that they've invested about $1,000 each into the game, buying skins and stuff, and I believe it. So the thing is that like just the memories of all the things they would say. Like the one guy plays as Malazar, and he would say racist stuff, and people are coming into the house. Great. So, yeah, we're going to have to cut this episode short.
Go away, people.
Go away, people. That's not my
Wait,
house.
why? What?
Okay, what just happened?
What happened is the homeowners are back. So
Oh.
I'll have to cut all this out of the show.
Okay.
So you want to call it chicken?
This episode?
Yeah, no. We always end the show now with chicken.
Oh, with chicken?
Well, there's also several other things we were gonna talk about, stuff like the Google purchasing Twitch for $1 billion, and Sonic Boom releasing on November 18th. But
And a lot of other cool games coming out in November and October, including Borderlands the pre-sequel, and you know one of my personal favorite games that no one else cares about, Harvest Moon.
Smash Brothers. Don't forget Smash Brothers.
Smash Bros, Pokemon, the new remakes for 3rd gen,
Yeah.
a lot of good stuff. Man, I'll be broke. But next week's episode should be really good because San Diego Comic-Con is going on right now. It's in its second day today, but I'm sure by the end of the weekend they will have a whole lot of awesome news that we could talk about next week. So look forward to that.
Definitely. So that wraps up this jam-packed episode where we discussed quite a lot. Had a nerdgasm moment with League of Legends talk.
Yep.
Got prank called.
That was my fault.
That's right. Good times.
Anyway, chicken.
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 No, is it like I like?
Chicken.
Jeez.
Chicken.
Quick, someone get this woman chicken now.
Jeez. Take care, everyone.
Chicken.
She's obsessed.